Hi, welcome back to the kingdom. I am so excited to be here. I feel like I say this every episode, but hi. Do you guys, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, do you guys like my earrings? I still said it, but that is only for people who are watching. I'm sorry. I don't watch podcasts, to be honest. So if you're only listening, I'm with you. Like, you and I are on the same team because I don't like watching podcasts. I just like having it when I'm driving. So if you're driving or if you're getting ready, doing your makeup, in the shower maybe. Ooh, do you listen to me in the shower? Ooh, scandalous. Okay, so welcome back to the kingdom. I'm trying to be quiet because I am in my mother and father-in-law's. I'm at the in-laws. I'm in LA. And yeah, so let's just get on. I get a little awkward when I feel like people can hear me, so I'm just trying to be cool, calm, collected for this podcast. I'm not gonna take too long, okay? I just had a realization recently when I was at a coffee shop, and God just gives me these podcast ideas, which is why when you guys say, "Wow, this episode resonated with me so heavy," like, "Wow, this was perfectly at the right time," it's because God is the one that gives them to me. Like, He's like, "Say this," and I say, "Oh, okay, cool," and then He knows exactly who it's for. So if you're here, you are here at the right place at the right time. I'm gonna say a little prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for today. Help me as I am your vessel. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So, welcome. It was recently Thanksgiving in America. If you're not American, you've probably heard of Thanksgiving. If you've not, it's a holiday that is used to actually the origins of the holiday is not the best. It was a meal that was used to celebrate the like founding of America. I don't know. I don't really know. But um it's really bad because it was like about genocide and indigenous people, and they killed them all to take over America, and now we have like a Thanksgiving feast because we were successful in the killing of people who already lived here. I'm saying we because I'm basically half American now, but I don't condone it, okay? I do like Thanksgiving though because the holiday itself, family comes together, there's a lot of food, a lot of meals, and you go around, you say what you're thankful for, or you go on Instagram, everyone's talking about what they're thankful for, and it causes you to reflect, like, what am I thankful for? And then you say it. So it's all about Thanksgiving, which is what this episode is a little bit about because today is Sunday. Thanksgiving was 3 days ago, and gratitude and thankfulness is fresh on my mind. And I actually spent Thanksgiving in New York City because our flight was Thanksgiving night. So we had a flight to LA Thanksgiving night, and so then I had to come from Massachusetts to New York City Thanksgiving morning. And so I didn't get to spend Thanksgiving with my family, but I did get to spend it with my soon to be new family, Lucas. And since we're starting a family up on our own, can you hear me? So you've been able to hear me this whole time? Oh, okay.
Just now because I'm reading something. The podcast is off.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're starting a new family literally very soon. So it's kind of symbolic that we spend Thanksgiving together by ourselves. We made a little Thanksgiving meal. We had some pork chops, some cranberries, some mashed potatoes, and some cornbread. And it was fun. It was cool. It was chill. Then we had to come to LA that night. And yeah. And so why am I in LA? You may ask. I am getting married in a week. I have been trying to keep the day or date of the wedding under wraps, but I had an ad to post like on Black Friday, and I had to say that I was in LA. I didn't really have to, but I did. I could have probably not said that I was in LA, but I did anyway because I can't keep anything to myself. And I did post on YouTube that I was having the wedding in LA in December. So if you put two and two together, the day of the wedding is pretty obvious. So we're getting married soon. I still don't want to say the exact date, but if you're guessing, you're guessing. We're getting married in LA in very, very shortly. And that's why we're in LA, because we had to come early for like alterations and the plan of the wedding, just putting two and two together, just a couple more things like dotting our I's and crossing our T's, as they say. So yeah, we just have like a couple more things to solidify, and then we're good. So we came a week early, and we're doing a whole bunch of like wedding things a week early. I'm vlogging it all, so if you don't watch my YouTube channel, you should subscribe and tune in. It's gonna be fun. I had a bridal shower yesterday. Lucas's mom and her friends threw me a bridal shower. It was so beautiful and so nice. Like, because we threw this wedding together so quickly, and we had a whole wedding plan, and then we canceled all of the plans and scratched it all and started a new much smaller wedding. So I was not expecting like a shower or a bachelorette or anything, because there was no time. Like, we put the wedding together in like a month. So yeah, there was no time at all for that kind of stuff. But she came through and she got her friends together and they did a bridal shower for me, and it was just so cute. Surrounded by like women who've been married for years and years, wishing blessings and prayers and giving me advice and giving me lingerie and some other fun stuff. So it was a beautiful day. So that's why I'm in LA. And if I miss one episode, you should actually, I might miss a week because I will be on our honeymoon. What? Yeah, we're going to Mexico. So after the wedding, like 2 days after the wedding, we're going to be in Mexico. So crazy, crazy, crazy things are happening, guys. Crazy things are happening. So wedding soon, Mexico after, and I think, well, I'm just gonna take a week off. So there just might be 1 week this month where I'm not recording, and you will know what's happening. Wink. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm welcoming excitement and joy, and I'm exiling fear and anxiety. I know, such huge things to welcome and exile. I know, like fear and anxiety. Just for this week though. They might come back, but I'm realizing that I mean, we knew this. It was not uh it wasn't a surprise, or it's not a secret to anybody. I have such a warped view of marriage, but I was making that like taint everything. I was making it taint a lot. And I think there was just, there was truly a lot this engagement season, but I realized I was looking at it from a very negative standpoint and a very fearful standpoint. I mean, all in all, fair, but just this week, I want to really focus on the excitement and the joy of it all. And like, just be happy. Like, just truly allow myself to be happy and to celebrate, because I am doing a good thing. I'm doing something that's joyful, something that's worthy of celebration. And I should allow myself to celebrate. I should allow loved ones to celebrate me. I shouldn't just let fear just taint it so much, and like, to the point where I don't even want to celebrate. Like, I should be celebrating, and I should allow myself to. So this week I am going to be really focusing on the excitement and the joy of it all, and not worrying about all the questions that my brain brings about. And And that's what I'm exiling also is fear and anxiety. Like just for 1 week, can I just have a 1 week where I just bask in enjoyments and excitement and not anything else? Like just give me 1 week. So I'm going to do that this week. And you should too. Just have 1 week where you're not worried about anything at all, which is crazy because you will think, wow, the wedding is coming up so soon. You should maybe maybe this is the time where you start panicking, like, do I have everything in place, blah 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 blah. But it's such a intimate small celebration that there's no many moving parts. It's just wedding, dinner afterwards. We're having a rehearsal dinner. Lucas and I might go out with our friends, go dancing or something. We haven't solidified those plans yet, but yeah, it's just there's no like, it's not like I am getting a band or you know renting so many things or venue stuff. It's just it's really it's much chiller than that. So I'm not too stressed about like what's gonna go wrong because I don't think that anything could go wrong unless maybe it rained or you know. But we're praying that everything goes right. And so I'm not really worried about the wedding. And which makes me like, okay, then what should I worry about? But it's like, no, you don't need to be worried about anything. Be happy and excited and celebrate. And this is kind of the topic of the podcast episode itself, which is gratitude. And I will talk about what I and also ties into Thanksgiving. But I'm going to be talking about like an epiphany that I had recently that I was like, wow, I am an awful person if it wasn't for the grace of God. Like, I am so deeply, deeply flawed if it wasn't for God. How? Like, how am I even doing anything? Because, like, when you really sit back and you look at the nature of man and how stupid and annoying and like bad we are, that you just look at God and you're like, wow, God wanted to die for us. Like, wow. Wow. Because you do so much in the day to day. And I have so many thoughts and all these things that I'm like, but then when I really take a step back, I'm thinking, wow, I'm not as good of a person as I thought I was. And here's why. Okay. I think maybe Saturday morning, Lucas and I went to a coffee shop. We like going to coffee shops when we're here in LA. There's like a couple in the neighborhood that we can walk to, so we like walking to them, right? And I'm walking to the coffee shop and I walk by a group of people who look like someone that just annoyed me recently. Like there's a specific niche of a person, and they're very specific to New York City and Los Angeles, specifically Echo Park, Silver Lake, and Bushwick, Brooklyn. Like those two are so adjacent, which is why I feel like I love both neighborhoods so much. But there's also a specific type of people, and maybe I'm shading myself and I just don't know. Like maybe the call is coming from inside the house, but there is a specific type of like demographic. They ain't black. I'll just say that. And they're so common in these spaces. So we're going to these coffee shops and we see like a group of those kinds of people there. And then, but the coffee shop is full. So we're like, oh, let's go to the second one. We go to the second one, times 10 those groups of people. And I know someone who fits into that demographic who recently just like annoyed me really badly. So then I started like hating, I started being like, ew, I hate them. No, I didn't say that, but I was like, ugh, like I can't believe they're everywhere. They're so annoying. They're so vain. They act like they're good people, but they're so bad. Like I don't like any of them. Let's just leave. Like, just creating judgments for random people that I don't know. Like random people that I don't know, just because one person that I think fits in this group annoyed me. I'm like categorizing the whole group, right? And then I started to go in even further, and I realized, wait, there is a little bit of jealousy here. Like, there's a little bit of jealousy and insecurity that I'm feeling that is making me go so hard on these people. Like, there's something that I feel like they have that I don't, that is making me so upset. So then I went even further, because this is not even about jealousy or comparison, or it's not about judging people or anything. This is about gratitude, right? So I went even further. I'm like, what is it that they have? What is it that this one person who annoyed me has? What is it that these group of people that I'm, categorizing, what is it that they have that I don't, that makes me so angry? What about them makes me so angry? And then I realized it's because I think that they have an easy life. It's because I think that they don't have any cares in the world. They don't, like, their life is so easy because it looks easy, and they just have no worries, and they can pursue their passions, and they can live off their parents' dime. Who knows what these people are doing? But this is like what I have, like, these are the judgments that I've made about these people, that they have no worries. They can do whatever they want. They can just live life freely with no cares in the world. And I was jealous of that. I was jealous of the fact that I think that they're living better than me. And then as soon as I realized that, I got sucked out of my body and went back to Kwashiman, Ghana. If you're not from Ghana, or if you're from Ghana, you probably don't even know where Kwashiman is too. But Kwashiman is a small town in Accra, and that's where I was born. I recently visited Kwashiman early in January, and I always said I was going to make a podcast episode about all my thoughts and feelings from going back to Ghana. And I think I'm finally ready to share. It's nothing crazy, and maybe I will do a whole episode on it, but I'm realizing now this is the first time I'm talking about my Ghana experience in the podcast setting. I don't know. Um, so yeah, I got sucked out of my body and went back to Kwashima, and went back to when I visited in January. And when I visited in January, I remember feeling such a deep level of, it was joy and it was sorrow at the same time, because I was so happy to see the place that I was born and grew up. I was born in Kwashiman, and then I was there till, I lived there till I was maybe like 5, and then from 5 to 11 I would visit pretty frequently. There's a long story of why I would visit Kwashiman a lot, but like, yeah, basically I grew up there, but I didn't live there for, a little bit of the time I was in Ghana. I only lived there from like 0 to 5, but almost every weekend I would go back and be there. So Kwashima is like my second home apart from Tema. And so I went back to Kwashima this January, and I was so just in shock at, like, this is how I grew up. I remember I had to pee, and they led me to where I had to pee, and it was like a small hole in the ground. I peed. That was it. And but it's like covered with the door for privacy. And then I got out, and what else? And then Clara and I were just like walking around. There was like a little gutter in the backyard, the back of the buildings. The buildings were so small and covered with like a sheet of tin as like the roof. And what really struck me was that every single person that grew up there, every single person that I knew while I was growing up was still there. They still had the same, like, place they were living. It was the same people. The kids were older now, but there were no new people living there. it was the same exact people, the same voices, the same personalities, the same. And I don't even know why that surprised me, because I've only been gone 11 years. You know, people live places for decades. So I don't know why I was just so shocked when everybody who lived there still lived there and nothing about their life had changed. Oh, I don't know that actually. But it feels like my world has changed so much, and it looked to me, well, I don't know what's going on personally in their lives, but it looked to me that they lived the exact same life, because it was this exact same, like, it seemed like I had not even left at all. And that's what really tripped me up. I was like, whoa, like, nothing has been moved out of place, but it feels like I have changed so much. And that's probably what happens when you move out somewhere, you know. That's just what happens. But I, started realizing that I was jealous of these people. And and then I think God took me back to question mine and was like, look where you came from. You had to pee and poop in holes. You had to fetch buckets of water to shower. Look, just look at where you came from. And look at where you are now. You are in LA. You're sitting at a coffee shop drinking an oat milk matcha, whatever that means to people in Ghana. Nothing. They're probably like, what is that? You're sitting there drinking an oat milk matcha, and you are jealous of the people around you who you think have it better than you. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? And I just was so, I kind of wanted to cry. I was like, wow, how did I get here? How did I let myself become so out of touch and so just like, how did I let myself lose perspective so easily, you know? And I think that's the reason why the rich people aren't happy, because it is so easy to lose perspective. It is so easy to lose perspective. There were so many things I've been complaining about recently that, like, oh my, can you imagine complaining about that to, like, I can't even imagine going back to Ghana, going back to Question Mine, seeing all the aunts and uncles and everyone there and complaining about what I'm complaining about currently right now to them. It would be stupid. It would be dumb. It would be so out of touch, because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And so I just really had to look around and be like, wow, I am so blessed. My mom seems to be the only one who was able to move out, my mom and dad, move out of Question Mine, move abroad. My dad's in the UK. Move abroad. My mom brings my sisters and I to the US. We go to college. I move out. My mom, and with God's help, paved the way so that I could be here today, so that I'm not there anymore. I'm not where I came from. And so many people would just die to have these things, and there's still people in America, not even talking about Ghana, but like people still here in America who are still living not well at all, like struggling, don't have family or support or love, just like basic needs, security, safety. And I am jealous about someone because maybe I think that they wear Margiela tabbies and freelance interior decorate like as a job. And I'm just like jealous for what, you know? And so I think God really just like took me out and gave me a vision of like, bro, look where you came from and look what's in front of you. And I think we just need to sit down sometimes, shut up, sit down, and think about where we are. And I know there's so many sermons. I listen to so many sermons about anxiety. And a lot of them say this very same thing. And I used to always dismiss it because I thought it was just so annoying. Like, shut up, I don't want to hear that right now. But they would always say anxiety and gratitude cannot exist at the same time. So, physiologically, our brains cannot respond to negative emotions and positive emotions at the same time. You have to pick one. So, this week, I implore you that if you had to pick one, pick gratitude. Like, if you feel like you're just so anxious about something, and I know it's easier said than done because I really, truly, God had to give me an out of body experience for me to actually have this epiphany like, wow, I have been so ungrateful. I have been so ungrateful. Even when I think about all this wedding stuff, like, oh my goodness, I complained so much these past couple of months. I'm not getting the photographer I want and the dress that I want, and oh, I don't know, like my rehearsal dinner dress and my hair. What am I gonna do? And like, you know, some of these are valid in the moment, but just that level of unappreciation that I had for like, wow, even if you're having a 20-person wedding, the fact that you can have a wedding in the first place, the fact that you have in-laws that are willing, parents that are willing to help you with the wedding, the fact that you don't have to scrap up a dime, because if it was up to me, I would not have a wedding. You know what I mean? Like, I can't afford it. So the fact that I have someone able to, like, people that are able to support me, support Lucas and I with this wedding, and we get to have dinner at our favorite place. We get to have a ceremony in his aunt, uncle's backyard. Like, just even being able to have that. Being able to have that. You know what I've been jealous of really recently? Recently. I have been jealous of everyone I see who has the wedding that I feel like I wanted. The wedding that I was like dreaming of, like the European like wedding celebration, 4-day wedding celebration with like the fancy dress and, all these things, flying all of their family out and all of these things. And it's like tens and tens and tens and thousands of dollars. And I realized I have been really, really jealous of people, especially it hits a little different when it's people that I know on a personal level that are having like beautiful, beautiful weddings that I feel like, oh, but I wish I had that. And I've been so focused on like what I don't have and what I'm not getting that I have not been appreciative of what I do have. Because guess what? When you're appreciative of what you have, then you don't go hating on other people. It's just as simple as that. When you're appreciative of what you have, then you're not insecure, because insecure is in the name. You're not secure about what you have and you're not secure in yourself. And then you go around hating. And I've realized I've just been a hater recently. I've been a hater, looking around, judging, hating, because I've been jealous. But why am I jealous? I'm jealous because I don't have gratitude. I don't have gratitude about what I have, God has blessed me with. Like, even complaining about getting married young. Not that I've complained about it, but I've been very whiny about it, and maybe it doesn't come across on the podcast. You're probably like, yeah, it does, but to Lucas, especially, maybe to our premarital counseling not thing. I'm sorry. Just being like, oh, I'm so young, and like, what if like all these things valid, but that is a dream and a prayer for so many people. A godly, hard-working man who loves you, who loves his family, who cherishes marriage, who like adores you and would do anything to see you happy, and a good like family in law situation. Like the parents are good and his mom loves me so much. I was talking in third person, now I'm talking in first person, but like family that in law family that loves me so much and are helping us through this thing together and are so supportive, and an apartment in New York City that I get to live in, and a good church home that God led us to, and an audience that is willing to listen to my thoughts and to what God says through me, and the strength and the ability to chase after my dreams and to work hard and to make friends and to live and just to be alive. Like there are so many blessings. There's so many blessings. So many blessings right in front of me, and I have been missing them because I'm too focused on what I don't have. How crazy is that? I've been too focused on what I don't have, and I'm forgetting that I have so much more than people I know personally. So much more than people that I grew up with, or where I like, where I came from, and I've just been blessed so much. And even they are probably so grateful, like grateful for what they have, because they have more than other people, you know what I mean? And I know when you're like sad and upset, you don't want people saying like, look how good you have it. But let's not reject that for a second. Like really, let's just sit back and say like, oh, look what we have. Look what you have. And not in a snobby, snarky way like you have it better than other people, so shut up. No, but just like truly sit down and think, look what I have. What do I have? What do I have? And I used to have a gratitude journal that I would write every morning, like 5 things I'm grateful for. And I kind of stopped. And, maybe it's not a coincidence that like I haven't written in it in like months. And in the past months, I've been on my like haterish, jealous, insecure type wave, because I just stopped writing what I was grateful for every morning. And if I maybe sat down and wrote what I was grateful for every morning, I may have had a better perspective on things these past couple months. And I think when something goes wrong in your life, you don't want to appreciate. No. You don't want to appreciate. You want to be mad, you want to be upset, you want to hate. You want to be angry, and you want to be rude and jealous and judgmental. But it's just a negative feedback loop where you're just doing the thing you shouldn't do to get the result that you don't want, but you just keep doing it. So, yeah, I just want us to sit back in the spirit of Thanksgiving and take inventory, honestly, like my last episode. Just look at what we have. Be grateful. Look where you came from. If you didn't come from like, you know, poverty or anything, like maybe look where you've come from. You've grown mentally, and like even the ability to grow, even the ability to live day healthy, you know. Look at how much your spirituality has grown, your mindset, your surroundings. Are you in college? You can even go to even some people, college isn't even a thought for them. Some people, like, there's just no question, oh, I'm not going to college, like I can't, some people genuinely like college is not a thought. And so, sometimes just sit back and really think about what you do have and all the blessings God has given you. And when we don't reflect on that and we miss it, then we feel the weight of the world on our shoulders. But it's like, wait, no, you have so much. Do with what you have. Like, do with what you have. I don't know if I'm saying that right, if that's even a phrase, but like, yeah, just appreciate what you have and live in it. Live in it, and let's stop chasing for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Let's appreciate it now. And there's a thing that There's a phrase that I recently came across on TikTok, and it was be where your feet are. And it's like, just where are your feet right now? Look at them. Okay, I'm sitting here in a bedroom in Los Angeles. I can see Echo Park right in front of me. Let me be here. And let me not be where I want to be, or where I think others want me to be, or where I think others are, or you know what I mean? Just be where you are right now. Be appreciative and have gratitude, because gratitude and anxiety and fear cannot exist at the same time. So if you can choose one today, and for the next few days, hopefully for the next days and days and days and years, choose gratitude. I know it's hard. But maybe just for one day, maybe just for today. Just for today, choose gratitude. And then you can think about choosing it tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. I do. Pray for me, please. Send prayers Lucas and I's way for our marriage happening soon. And I will talk to you in the next couple of days. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. But I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.